one thing that we must all understand is we are all infinite potentials in an infinite universe. There's no reason to believe that you can't have the big vision, you can't have the big dream. And what advice I'm going to give you kind of originates from the idea of the Big Bang, right? So the theory of Big Bang, which is, again, it's a theory, but the theory of Big Bang is the universe was just not there. It was a Big Bang that happened at this minute place because something was like taking off, and it took off, and then the universe kept expanding, and became this infinite self that is still expanding, all right? That's the theory of Big Bang, right? And that's kind of how you become your infinite universe as well, if you want to really think about it, right? You don't say, I want to be the universe. You're not going to arrive like that. You arrive at the Big Bang. And the Big Bang is your first big action, or first action. Forget about the word big. First action, first bang that you would have, right? And that's to say, where do I start? Not where will I get to, because you will get to all of it, like how universe is ever expanding and still expanding. You will also get to your ever infinite potential. You will do a 10,000 person stage if that's your potential, that's your desire. You're going to do a 100,000 people stage, whatever that is. You will do all of it. You are an infinite potential and you are an infinite universe. But it must start with the small, minute bang that needs to happen for the journey to get started. So what is it there where you can have the biggest bang so your journey can start, right? So you ask yourself, hey, I want to be this speaker that speaks to 10,000 people, right? You want to be that speaker? Let's start with 1, because that's where you start. That's the bang, right? Let's start with 5. Let's start with 10. Let's see how this universe will keep expanding and creating these galaxies and all of that in the middle. What's the story that's going to get developed, which will become the solar system? What is the other story that's going to develop that will be a star in this universe, right? So you're finding along the journey of expansion all these creations that are getting created as you expand your potential. But you need to start with that one bang. So find that one bang. And that one bang will be one stage, will be one online presentation, offline presentation. Could be just you presenting to yourself. Could be you booking a venue and nobody showing up, but you're still making that presentation. It could be your first Instagram live. It could be your first reel. It could be anything. That's where the bang starts. And then you discover from it. You expand from it. You go, okay, what's the next thing, and the next thing, and the next thing? And while you're creating, as you're expanding as the next thing, you must remember, it's not empty universe that we're expanding, because then it's going to be boring as hell. You got to build the solar system. You got to build a star. You got to build these other galaxies, which means this story that you have, this niche that you would work in, this type of audience that you'll really resonate with. Find those different pieces that makes your universe interesting. Because when your universe becomes interesting, as it expands faster. It has more juice in it. It has more charisma in it. It has more confidence in it. It has more availability of presence in it. More just availability of the universe itself in it. Because you started by starting somewhere and then expanding through as if you're expanding a universe. So for a new coach, really to ask yourself is, what's your first step? What's your first step? And that first step could be anything. It could be booking a stage. It could be booking an online presentation. It could be making a reel on Instagram. It could be doing an Instagram live. It could be anything, because that will start your journey. That will show you, if you're present to it, it'll show you what are your fears that come up. Where do you fall? Where do you lose engagement? Where is it that somebody was actually interested? Where were people commenting back? So start anywhere and look for those feedback systems for you to find your authentic version. Like I said, we all think we are very authentic the day we start. We're not. We're concerned. We are fearful. We are unsure. We want to be feeling loved and accepted and so forth. You have to suspend all of that to actually be authentic. You can't feel, I want to be accepted and be authentic. It's not going to work.
Because that's getting in the way of you being authentic.
Yeah, because you're thinking, oh, I'm going to just change this a little bit. I'm not going to say this word because, it's not, I'm not going to be accepted if I did this. Instead of, no, that's just, if that's true for me. And that's how I'm going to show up, and that's it.
I really love the best step. Like I always say, take the next best step. I also love saying it's the bold move, right? What's the bold move? And the bold move doesn't have to be a big move. I didn't say big move. I said bold move. And so for some people, a bold move, like I know when I work with people on their camera confidence, getting on IG Live for them, doing an Instagram Live is a huge deal for them.
Yeah.
It is huge to be able to get on live and maybe no one shows up. But that's why I love that you said, even if you have to book a venue and no one shows up and you're just speaking, that's still a bold move.
Yeah. Put your phone on and say, I'm going to go live while nobody's in the audience, but I'm
Yes.
going to speak as if I'm speaking in front of audience. Absolutely okay. Whatever is the bold move, whatever is the first bang,
Yes.
as we talked about. Yeah.